What's up, beautiful people? In this third episode, we're gonna look at why the mind is lying to you. If you like the content we're producing, we release new video every Wednesday, so hit the subscribe button. Yeah, let us begin! We have been programmed to behave in certain ways for thousands of years through our existence in humanity and our survival in nature. But with the rapid advancement in technology and agriculture, our brain has not had the time to adapt to the modern environment we live in, and this is part of the reason why your brain is lying to you. Your brain is programmed to easily access cortisol, adrenaline, and other stress hormones when you feel threatened, but it doesn't realize the difference between a modern-day stressor and the fact that you may need to run to save your life. It doesn't understand that it is not a physical risk and proceeds to send the messages and hormone responses that it has been trained to do for thousands of years. Let's say you were outside hunting and gathering and you see a wolf. Your brain is gonna react right away. You're gonna move from a rest and digest kind of scenario to a fight and flight kind of scenario. Your brain is going to go into overdrive, trying to find all the solution to the problem. Do you have to fight? What do you have to fight with? Do you have to run? Which is the best path? What do you have laying around you? What is the lay of the land? What should you do? How are you going to survive that scenario? Take us to the present day. Let's say you have a report to hand over to your boss. Let's say there's only 1 hour left and that you feel like you're not going to be done in time. Your brain is going to shift and your body is going to shift from rest and digest to fight or flight. That entire change is going to look like the same example we had with the wolf, because that's what your brain is used to. However, the situation is completely different. You're not going to die. Your brain is going to start spinning all the possibilities. Am I not going to do a good report? Is it going to be finished? Is my boss not going to like it? Am I going to be fired? And you can start spinning and imagining more and more scenarios that are worse and worse when they don't exist at all, where the worst case scenario is not even close to what you're thinking. In that scenario, your brain is your worst enemy. The reason for that is through basically what we've learned in thousands of years, when we actually had to fight to survive, when the environment could kill us at any moment. Our brain reacts to social threat the same way it used to react to physical threat to us. Because of that, you enter that zone, you enter that fight or flight. Our body self-regulates all the time. Once you go into fight or flight, a lot of systems are going to be shut down to help you escape or fight. But in a situation like that, what you have to do is actually be able to write something, be able to analyze something. Let's say it's more akin to math or an Excel program. Well, having more energy in your muscle is not going to help you do that. Not being able to digest is not going to help you, because maybe what you need is to have a little snack to help you move through it. So in that scenario, being in fight or flight is not serving you. Recognizing that it's not serving you is a part of that. So in that way, your mind is lying to you. And the thing is that it's not lying to you just once. Meeting a wolf is a once in a blue moon kind of occasion, having to survive that. Whereas the stressor of daily life happen all the time. They happen almost every day, maybe multiple times a day. But your brain doesn't know the difference, because we've been trained to survive. This is why, as a society, we are thriving the way we are. Having the stress hormone being released all the time is not good for you. We know that. There are a lot of studies about that. In the long term, this can be very detrimental to your health. Fight or flight has to do with fear. Which means when this happens, you are in a state of fear. And this is not a state you want to live in. Fear can serve you if you're actually in danger. But other than that, if the problem is, oh, I'm gonna give a paper that is not necessarily up to my standard, or I'm afraid my boss is not gonna like it, you're not gonna die from it. So you shouldn't have the same level of fear. Yet your brain doesn't know the difference. And in that aspect, your brain is actively lying to you. And it's making you feel worse than what the situation actually is. Each situation is different. In some of them, you will have an opportunity to stop the spin right away. In others, you will have to wait until you're back home in the evening to be able to have a bit of time for you. What is important is to recognize that at some point you're going to need some time to release that stress, release that pressure, and find inner peace. We basically want to force your brain to stop being in fight or flight and worry about the outcome of something, and more rest and digest. And for that we need to refocus your mind, to focus it on something else, to focus it more on the present. Because part of that stress answer is being worried about what's gonna happen next, not necessarily about what's happening right now. So by changing your focus on something else, you're able to shift that. A good exercise for this is grounding. There is many people out there teaching different way to ground. The way I teach it is valid for everybody, it's easy to do, and it's about being in the now. It doesn't require any kind of spiritual training, any kind of mindful training. It's very efficient and back to the basics. So what you want to do is find a position you're comfortable in. It could be seated, could be standing, you could be walking, you may even be running. That does not really matter. What is important is that you feel good in your body. Then you're gonna start to notice what is around you. You're gonna start to notice the shape, what's on the wall, what are the colors, how, are things flowing, the cars passing by. Then you can start to notice the sounds, or the silence itself. So at the same time you're looking at things, you're listening to things. If you are outside, you can feel the wind on your skin, or the heat of the sun, the cold of the outside, depending where you are and the temperature. And the idea is to really focus your mind on everything that is present in this moment. This will force your mind to focus on the now, not giving you a chance to dwell on the past and worry about the future. This way you're going to be present and you're going to be grounded. It doesn't require anything for you to do this. You can do this for 5 minutes or you can do this for half an hour if you want. At some point your brain is going to shift. You may or may not feel that shift, but when you walk away from it, you should feel a bit better.